Hello?
Yes.
Were you just calling me?
Yeah.
Can you?
No sound.
There's no sound? Okay.
Were
Hold
you
on.
just calling me? I don't. You got sound now.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
No, wait, wait, wait.
You just got sound. Leave it alone.
Oh, okay. All right, all right, all right.
No, we don't.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. Sorry, guys. What I was saying is that I found another news clip about what happened that night, and it tells where she got found, where she was nabbed at. So I'm going to read that to you guys right now when it pulls up. Hopefully everybody's seeing that the other live got disconnected. I do not know what happened. I apologize for that. I'm gonna have to work on my service over here. It's ups and down, ups and down. So where's the that? I wanted to read out where they found her and where she was caught. Now what's happening? There we go. Got on my Wi-Fi. Okay. Where's it? There she goes, right here. All right. So you guys heard the other news. I believe that was news 8 that I had you guys listen to. And I also read it out from there. This is going to be Las Vegas News 5. Mother of 2-year-old Amari Nicholson arrested on prostitution charges. And this is my raggedy phone, but look, that's a picture of her. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's a picture of her. The mother of 2-year-old boy who was allegedly killed by mother's boyfriend has been arrested on prostitution charges. Tayler Nicholson, 21, was arrested Wednesday on 3 charges of soliciting or engaging in prostitution and possession of a deadly weapon. According to her arrest report, Nicholson was met by an undercover officer at MGM on Tuesday night. They made conversation, and the officer, she was met by multiple officers at the MGM. They made conversation, and the officers brought her a drink. During their conversation, they discussed and exchanged money for sexual services. While walking into the hotel room with 3 undercover officers, an officer identified himself and placed her under arrest. Now, come on, girl. You were approached by 3 men buying you drinks. You guys trade, money. And then you go with 3 officers to a hotel room? Guys, are we learning a little bit more about Miss Tayler? 3 undercovers? Okay. The report stated her purse contained condoms and brass knuckles. Tayler Nicholson is the mother of Amari Nicholson, who was reported missing May while she was out of town. Her son was later found dead. Her boyfriend, Terrell Rhodes, was the sole suspect charged with murder in the boy's death. Nicholson was set to appear in court Wednesday afternoon. So we know that she was caught Tuesday night. And that's why, it was saying arrested Wednesday, but I'm guessing it was like early in the morning. So she was caught Tuesday night, and then she had Wednesday court today. Rhodes also appeared in court on Wednesday. So both her and him had court dates today, Wednesday the 30th. Okay? Rhodes also appeared in court where prosecutors declined to pursue the death penalty in his murder case. So that's a little bit about Miss Tayler and what she's going through right now. I'm going to now go over to check and see what you guys are talking about over there. So more information came out, and I'm sure there's more at this point. So let's see. Go over to YouTube to check on you guys. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Tell me what you guys are thinking about this. Now that we know a little bit more about Miss Tayler and her activities. Okay, let's go. Let's start over. Let me start from the top because I didn't get to see what you guys are saying. Oh, you guys are saying no sound. Sorry, guys. I muted it when I went to go check on to see if my internet, what was going on with it. So when I came back, I was talking to you guys, but you guys can't even hear me. Okay, so thanks. Let me see who's all in the building. Shay Works by Faith. Thank you for coming over here. Etta B. Let's Talk News. Joss Star. Let's see who else. We have Let's Talk News. LaKendra. Thank you for joining me. Notorious Nancy. There's sound now. She says thank you for joining me as well. LaKendra probably on Paradise. No, MGM. And she should have known that would have been somewhere undercovers would be. You know there's undercovers in all the casinos because that's where all the girls go hang out at the slot machines. You know they're going to be walking along the strip. And when I was just out there for Amari, the strip is completely different. It's, I mean, every block that you would probably consider a block, there are police vehicles with their lights on pulled over. And as you're walking the strip, I've never seen so much police presence on the strip as when I was out there. Literally, it's at least 3 of them together or more, and they walk in a line and they walk like in like progression. So as you're walking, you'll pass multiple sets of police officers, and I believe they're doing that to ensure the tourists of more protection because there was a lot of things going. I mean, people were getting killed, beat up, robbed, all kind of things. And so I believe that's why the presence is like that. So she should have known. At the MGM, that's one of the biggest hotels out there. Three officers coming. You don't think that's a little sus? I don't know what's going on with Tayler. She's not making good decisions. Let me continue down. Let's see. Oh, Let's Talk was like, share. Yes, girl, I'm going to share. I'm going to give you the tea. Notorious Nancy says, dang, she thought it was a big payday. She sure did. But that shows where her mindset is. 3 men. I don't know if they were all men. Let me not say that because, you know, a girl can come and get her a little bit comfortable and make her seem like everything is cool. But that lets you know they were watching little Miss Tayler. They were watching her to see, you know, this is the thing she does. And they quick way to nab her. And I'm sure every time they get a chance, they're going to do it. LaKendra says, wow. SB says, oh my. Yes, oh my. 3. Okay. Shay Works by Faith says she went with 3 men. Wow, she's a bad girl. Yes. You go with 3 men to a hotel room? And I'm sorry. You go with 3 men to a hotel room and all you have in your purse is condoms and brass knuckles? What's that going to do if these 3 men decide to attack you? Do something crazy with you? How is that going to help you? 3? All right. Okay, Taylor. All right. Let's see. Etta B says 3. Yes, 3. Let's see. Let's Talk News. She needs to close her legs. She needs to do more than close her legs. I mean, what were you going to do with 3 people in a room? What were you going to do? That was going to be a long night. Hey, Kathy. Thank you for joining me over here. Had a little bit of difficulties over there, but Y'all come on in. We're going to discuss it. And I may read it again for whoever didn't get to hear it. LaKendra, they do that personally now? Yeah, they do. They've been doing that. I would tell you guys a story, but I got some crazy friends. I don't know. But yeah, they will. They can trick you, and they're allowed to. They're allowed to do a lot of stuff that you would think, okay, this is not a police officer, because a police officer can't do this and a police officer can't do that. Because some people believe that a police officer, if you ask them, are you a cop? They have to say yes. No, they don't. They do not have to tell you yes. So I don't know who came up with that, but a police officer does not have to tell you yes, even if they're not in plain clothes. They do not have to tell you yes. Kathy says, hey ladies. Hey Kathy. Notorious Nancy says, with only brass knuckles? With only brass knuckles. I'm happy it ended up that way rather than something else, and then we'll have to hear another story about a young lady and 3 people taking advantage of her. She's happy that happened. Kathy says, so you think she is working for herself now, or is she working for someone else? You know what? That can go either way. I honestly don't know. And I don't know Taylor's full mindset, so I really don't know. She seems really gullible in that she will go for anything, because if you're okay to go with someone telling you a story about your biological father of your child's family just coming and taking him and selling you this story, when she went back to the hotel where she lived, and if the police seen blood on the wall, she had to seen it, and she should have had questions then. So she seems pretty gullible to me, in that she'll take anybody's word as, they could tell no lies. So she could be working for someone. She could be. And I mean, her being in that type of area, I know a lot of people put, their girls out there and stuff like that. But for her to be willing to take on that many people, I don't know. She could have like a quota she has to meet, and she was willing to do it. I don't know. I mean, supposedly she was doing that for Terrell. So if she's the type of girl that doesn't feel she can do it on her own, she probably will do it for anybody. Tink says, wow. Notorious Nancy says, can you show her arrest photo again? I sure can. Give me a quick second to scroll on over there, and I'll show you what she's looking like. Where'd she go? Where'd you go, young lady? Let's see. I want to go to the News 5 one. And I'll also show you the photo of her in court. But here's the picture of her. This phone is cracked. This is my son's phone, but I had to use it for you guys. Can you see that? That's her arrest photo. So that's Miss Taylor. And then let me see if on this page, if she has, if they have the other photo. Oh, here is Terrell's, because he had a court date today as well. So she was caught last night, Tuesday, at the MGM Grand, and she had her court date today, Wednesday. So she was not arrested today. She was arrested last night. And Terrell has a court date today as well. He had a court date as well. And this is, if you guys want to go check that out. I don't know if you guys could see it. Can you guys see that? Okay. And then let me show you. Let me show you the picture of her, what is it? When she's talking to the judge. And if you guys want, if there's new people in here, I'll play the news clip for you guys as well. The news where they're talking and you can hear it. Let's see. Let me go back to that so that I can see if I can play the news clip. The news clip is on Channel 8 News Now. So I don't know if I could probably show you guys at the same time. I'll try to see if I could do that. If it'll play. It's pulling up right now. Because when I read that one earlier on Channel 8 News, it didn't really give you all the details. So hold on, this is a commercial, so we'll wait until the commercial is over. But the Channel 8 didn't give you all the information that Channel 5 did. So I'll play the news clip for you guys right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to let you guys see it.
The mother of a toddler allegedly killed by her boyfriend, now arrested on prostitution charges. We are talking about Tayler Nicholson, who faced a judge today. She is charged with 3 counts of prostitution and 1 count of possession of a deadly weapon. Police say she offered sex to an undercover detective and had brass knuckles with her at the time. Her boyfriend is charged with killing her 2-year-old son, Amari. We'll update you on developments regarding his charges in just a moment. After Tayler faced the charges today in court, the judge released her on her own recognizance.
I would ask you to release the condition of the order out of the resort court.
I'm not gonna drop
Her
this.
next court appearance is at the end of July. Christian.
So
I know what you're thinking.
that was, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna go over to the chats right now to see, but that was the Channel 8 News news clip, but the Channel 5 gives you more information on that. So for the new people in here, I will read that again for you guys. But first I'm going to jump over to the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So, okay, let me go down a little bit. Okay. So that was for Notorious Nancy. She asked to see the picture. Miss D, a lot of young girls soliciting in these casinos work together without a pimp. I don't know, but I'm sure they will. I mean, I know a lot of girls nowadays are kind of like, but sometimes they get them real young. Notorious Nancy says, thank you. You're welcome. No problem. Notorious Nancy says, still in her work clothes. She was still in her work clothes. She had her little dress on. Were you guys able to see that okay? Because I know this is like an old phone, but my computer is not being nice to me right now. So I was like, I told my son, give me your phone, give me your phone. So that's what I'm using right now. But if you guys, could you guys see the news clip and could you see her picture really good? Hopefully you guys could. Okay, Let's Talk News says yes. Okay, cool. Could you guys hear it? Could you guys hear it as well? Yes, okay. Awesome. Hey, SP. Okay, so now I'm going to read the Channel 5 to me was a lot better. So I'm going to read the Channel 5 because it gave more info. For those of you guys that did not get to hear that, I'm going to read that again. And then if you guys want to just chat for a little bit, we can chat. If not, we can just go ahead and wrap this up. I don't want to kill a dead horse. If there's more information, I'm definitely going to be following it to see, Tayler, what's your next step? Now, in my last live, what this is continuing from, at first I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe she needs to get her life together and she may need this and that. But now from hearing this channel, Fox 5 News, 3 guys alone going to a hotel, her mind is all the way gone. She needs more than just so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to read the Fox 5 clip. That way whoever didn't hear it can hear it now. So mother of 2-year-old Amari Nicholson arrested on prostitution charges, and I showed you guys that picture of her. Okay, so it says, the mother of 2-year-old boy who was allegedly killed by his mother's boyfriend has been arrested on prostitution charges. Tayler Nicholson, 21, was arrested Wednesday on 3 charges of soliciting or engaging in prostitution and possession of a deadly weapon. According to her arrest report, Nicholson was met by undercover officers at the MGM Grand on Tuesday night. So last night, guys. They made conversation and the officers bought her a drink. During the conversation, they discussed an exchange of money for her sexual services. While walking to the hotel room, the 3 undercover officers, an officer identified himself and placed her under arrest. Uh-oh, what happened here? You guys are asking about, you know how those pop-ups pop up? They're asking about, I don't know. Okay, the report states her purse contained condoms and brass knuckles. Tayler Nicholson is the mother of Amari Nicholson, who was reported missing in May while she was out of town. Her son was later found dead. Her boyfriend, Terrell Rhodes, was the sole suspect charged with her murder and the boy's death. Nicholson was set to appear in court Wednesday afternoon. Rhodes also appeared in court Wednesday, where prosecutors declined to pursue the death penalty in his murder case. So, that's what's going on with Mr. Rhodes, and that's what's going on with Miss Taylor here now. So, I actually want to see what's going on with Mr. Rhodes. But before I do that, I'm going to hop over to your guys' comments. Make sure I'm not neglecting you guys. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this computer, but let's see what you guys are talking about over there. Okay, let's see. Okay. Miss Kathy says she looked thinner in her pic talking to the judge. She did, especially from the interview with her and Terrell. There she looked, I don't know, but she looked really good. I mean, she looked slimmed down, and she's probably lost some weight from dealing with the loss of her son as well. SP News Nega says, do you feel sorry for her after losing her son? I definitely feel sorry for her. I can't say I wouldn't feel sorry for anyone. I don't care who it is. Losing a child, losing any family member. I mean, death scares me. It scares me a lot. It really does. And so the thought of losing someone, especially someone that close, yes, I do feel sorry for her in that regard. Now, to the choices she's making now, whatever she does from now on, hey, I can't feel sorry for you. You already know the outcome in these situations, yet still you don't decide to change. You lose your son, yet still you don't decide to change. So, I mean, on that end, I don't feel sorry for her. Kathy says, do you feel sorry for her, not just for losing her son? It looks like she didn't have such a great life. I do feel like, and these are just my opinions, I mean, just how I feel like she didn't have a silver spoon fed to her. I believe that her mom could have possibly went through some things. I mean, with the things we've learned that her mom participated in, and her not being able to, and this is allegedly, because I don't know if this is all true. This was all from learning about the Amari case, about her mother not really doing anything when she found out that her boyfriend SA'd Taylor, and she became pregnant. Yet still, her mother went on to have a child by the same person. So that's all allegedly, but if that is true, then yeah, I do feel sorry for her, because I mean, did she really have a chance? What does she really know? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let's see, where were we at? Okay, Miss Diddy. Initial appearance usually go fast before they dress the inmate into in custody clothes. MGM is a hot spot for soliciting. Let me read that again. You know what? If they seen her right away, she would still be in civilian clothes. Like, she still would be in her street clothes if they seen her right away. And I don't know if they're doing video court or whatever, so I'm pretty sure it would be easier to get to her. Because if she went Tuesday night and she's in there already and they already have all these news clips and stuff out of her, I don't believe they had time to fully undress her, dress her in, dress her out, book her, like do all of that. I believe they, did it really quick because they see this all the time. Sorry. So they see her not see her all the time, but they see these types of girls all the time. So she probably was in and out. Like they said, she got released on OR, her own recognizance. So she probably was in and out. That's why I don't believe when some are asking if this would be a way for them to question her. She wouldn't have got out on OR. They would have probably let her stay in there longer. And she only had a $5,000 bond anyway. But since they let her out on OR, she didn't even have to come up with that money. They just released her. Let's see. Where are we at? Am I missing a whole bunch? Okay. SP says she did have a terrible start. She did. Let's see. Am I skipping something? Miss D says, I think she's answering SP's question. SP says she doesn't look prego anymore. She didn't. She looked really slim in there. So I don't know if people were just saying that because it wasn't confirmed. So I think people were just saying that to toss some more drama into the situation. But I don't believe she was. And if she was, she probably got rid of it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's Talk says, yes, she had a rough beginning, but she can do better. She can do better. Especially after you losing a child, you can do better. That should have been a wake-up call all in itself. You shouldn't have to go back to jail for this new case. I mean, wake up. Wake up. I can't feel sorry for that. Wake up. SP says losing a child, time stop for some people. It does. It stops. Etta B says so true. Kathy says, wasn't she 12 when she had her first one? I believe she was 12 years old, and I believe that child was given up for adoption. So look how young she started participating in those activities. I mean, who thinks of those things at that age, much less have a child? And so where was her mom? Where was her mother? Where was her mother when her boyfriend were allegedly doing these things to her? And then why would you stay with this person? So that gives you a little insight on her thought process. If she's seeing her mother continue to stay in, to me, that's abuse. Abusive relationships as such. She doesn't really have, a good role model to teach her any different. Let's see. Tink says, I feel sorry for the child. Notorious Nancy says, I feel sympathy for anyone who is deceased. Seems like she is based off her choices. Okay. SP says, I believe none win even now. I wasn't happy to see her in jail. I'm not happy to see her in jail either. I mean, especially not in this circumstance. Now, if she knew anything, that would be a different story. But from how it looks, it's not like she knew. She didn't know the details of what happened. And the police said that very early on that they don't believe she knew anything about it. So it was probably just Terrell able to. And you know what? In a clip of Terrell, when he's like, I'm mad because people are saying that I got her, I got her mind and all this type of stuff. He's like, and they're saying that I had something to do with it. You did. So why are you upset? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Miss D says, the jail has 48 hours before they dress you in case you make bail or released by judge. Okay, so Miss D says that they have the 48-hour rule just in case you get bailed out or if you get an OR like she got. So let's see what's next. Miss D also says, they said the same thing about Monica being pregnant. Yeah, is that like the thing? Like if there's a woman involved in a situation like this, they say the woman is pregnant by the suspect, by the person who committed the act or allegedly committed the act. So they're saying, okay, Monica, pregnant by DB, Darian Brown. And then now we have Tayler. If she didn't know, she's a victim. Pregnant by Terrell Rhodes, suspect. Okay. Let's see. SP News Nuggets says, I got a question. Someone says she got a support group funds to take off her tattoo, but she still has it. What you think? If that is true, because I heard on SP News Nuggets, I heard that when she said that there is a support group that is helping remove that huge tattoo on her neck of the man that murdered her son. Now, if that is true, she may have been getting funds for it and they just haven't got around to doing it. Or, Miss Tayler, don't do that. Don't do that. Get that removed. It'll be a lot of money for you to do it yourself. And if you are receiving this help, get that monster off your neck. He doesn't deserve to be stamped anywhere on your body. That man took the closest thing to you. Get that removed. And I do know, it's big, it's huge. So it's going to take some sessions. That's not going to be done like that. It's probably going to take a few sessions and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. So that's what I think about that, SP. Shay works by faith. Tayler needs a lot of prayer, intervention, and counseling. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She needs to go to church. That's what she needs to do. Let's talk news. It seems like they are using being pregnant as an excuse. You can't use pregnant as an excuse. It's a natural function of us as women, it's a natural function of our body. It's not an excuse. Can't use it. Tinky says, if you lose someone, especially your child, it looked like you would want to change your life for the best. Even if you didn't give that child a good life, you didn't have a good life. Hold on. Let me read that over. Okay. Even if you didn't give that child a good life or you didn't have a good life. That's what the ending of that said. Let's talk news. You can bring a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. And we've all heard that saying. You can give them all the help you want. You can push them all you want. But if they're not willing to get up and fight for their own, you can't really help them. You can't. We could give her all the help she needs, all the funding, all the resources, all the counseling. all the rehabilitation, and if she does not want to take that step to changing her life, none of us can make her do it. You see, her mother was trying to give her another start. And if she didn't want to take it from her mother was going to have her a place to stay, a roof over her head, food to eat. So, and her mother allegedly helps people where she's at, gives them place to stay when things aren't going their way. So, I believe she should take up that offer and go back with her mother. Let's see who we have now. Notorious Nancy. Goes to show you never know someone's bottom point of making a change. Okay, you never know. Kathy says, oh, well, she's talking to Tinky. So, okay, the next one. Notorious Nancy says, doesn't it take multiple treatments to remove a tattoo? Yes, it does. And as big as that tattoo is, it's going to take her several sessions to remove that tattoo. And how light she is versus that dark pigment of the tattoo, it's going to take several sessions to get that removed. Let's see. SP says, if you could talk to her right now, what would you say? If I could talk to her right now, I would let her know. I haven't been in her exact situation per se and lived the life she does, but I've had a similar experience. I would let her know, girl, you are young. Don't let this fast money fool you. Don't take this as something you can do forever. Take this as an opportunity. If that's the road you do want to take it as an opportunity to save money. Have a plan on what you want to do when this is no longer an option. Invest your money into something worth investing it in. Work on yourself and not worry about these men, because if you can't do for yourself, they can't do for you. And with some of the choices of men that you seem to draw attention to or you're attracted to, start to look for someone that can help you out. I'm not going to say that can provide for you. I mean, that's some steps ahead, but that can at least help you out. Take this type of work as a stepping stone to get you to a better place of living. Not just something where you're, okay, working and throwing the money away. And no. I would just tell her to make better decisions and don't use this as a lifetime career, because no one can do that for life. Take it as a learning experience. Get yourself together. Come on now, let's get, if you have to, if you have to. I know in school when you write, the main ideal, you write a circle and you make a little graph and you put little bubbles in there. Start planning out your life. That's what I would say to her. Let's see. What was the next question? Etta B says, maybe her mental health is bad, but even worse now since she lost her son. And Etta B, if that is the case, I think her mother should be helping with this situation as well. But with situations like that, she should be assigned to a social worker that is pushing her to get some type of counseling to help with her mental health and to help her really go through this grieving process. Because I'm not going to say that I know Tayler or anything like that, but from seeing her on the news, and you see her face is kind of red, but you never see her like shed a tear or actually cry. That's why I feel some way that she kind of knew, because I would be bawling my eyes out, bawling. I mean, that's your child. Your child. Like, no. I just don't feel like she's fully processed what's going on. And I don't know if she's using this attention from men to cover that up. I'm not sure. Let's see. Where are we at? I think I seen Candy in the building as I was scrolling up. Hey, Candy, how are you? Let's see. Where are we at right now? Notorious Nancy. The more you lift up someone, the further they fall down. Yeah. Especially if someone is like, you know, when someone has so much backing that they feel like they don't have to really do anything. It's like, whatever. I can depend on this person. No, sometimes you have to let people learn the hard way until they are pushed to make better decisions. I mean, if she doesn't make good decisions, it's not going to turn out too great. There's only two ways this can go. Either in jail, no longer here with us anymore. Well, three. Or on the streets, you know. No one wants to see her like that. Let's see. Miss D says, SP, I would tell her she needs to leave Vegas and get some serious counseling. Kathy says she needs to get out of that environment. She needs an environment change. Yes, she does. Because I'm sure if she goes to Colorado, it's not that fast life of Las Vegas. It's not that temptation of fast money, glitz and glam. Vegas will really put a veil over your eyes and having you think you are in Hollywood, okay? She needs a change of environment. That end of story. She needs a change of environment and her family. She needs her family to be there for her now more than ever. Let's see. What happened to my comments? Where'd you guys go? Here we go. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. Where were we again? Okay, we talked about that. Give me a second, guys. I think we're passing some people. Okay, I see. Yes, I did see Candy. Hey, Candy. Candy Richardson. Hey. Okay, we said that. Okay, Notorious Nancy said, I tell her you can't get there from here. You can't get there from here. Do something every day to feel a little better about who you are. And that was from Notorious Nancy. Yes. Every day you should feel like you're doing something to better your life. Because, yeah, I mean, I had a long period of that. I wasn't happy at all. And it took for, you know, honestly, it took for me to have long conversations with SP, really. And I mean, I was so down on myself. I wasn't happy with myself at all. I didn't like the person I seen in the mirror. And like having those few conversations I was having, I was like, you know what? You need to look at yourself and change your way of thinking, because where you were before the way I was feeling then, oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. Then it got to the point where I was like, ugh, I dreaded getting up, you know? But when you have people there to make you wake up and think about the decisions you're making and just life choices, yeah, it makes you think every day I want to feel like I'm doing something to better my life. Because the next day isn't promised. The next minute or hour isn't promised. So every day, all of us, from something so minor, from taking a walk from here to the corner, if that's your starting point, that's your starting point. At least do that. If it takes to do 4 sit-ups a day, so you feel you can do that 5th one, wake up and do that. Wherever you need to start, even if it's starting with getting up and just washing your face and brushing your teeth. Start from somewhere and go from there. Every day, make it, hey, this is another mark. I've done something today. So, yeah, you got to make every day feel like you're doing something positive, like you're going somewhere in your life. If you don't do that, you're going to be in the same position. I mean, I've had family members tell me, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. I've had, but once you really start to think about it, yeah, you got to do it for yourself, not for anybody but yourself. Tinky says, it doesn't cost that much. I believe you're talking about the tattoo. Either way, if she's getting the help with it, she needs to take all she can get right now to get that removed, because to put his name on you in such that small period of time and that big, that was some mind control to me. Miss D says Tayler needs to learn self-love before she can move forward positively. Yes, she does. You have to love yourself. Like I was just saying, you have to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? Who's going to love you more than yourself? Hey, you have to make these decisions. Tayler, if you get to see this, I know I'm not that high on the totem pole, but if you get a chance to see this, please change your life. And I'm not blaming you, solely blaming you for what happened to your son. I'm not at all. But girl, I've been in similar situations that you are currently dealing with now, and I'm telling you, if you do not change now, you are going to regret it. You're going to be like, I wish I would have done this then. Don't think about what you would have done then. Let's think about doing it now. Okay? All right. Okay, let's see. Next comment is from LiQWYD. I wouldn't even be able to stand. I wouldn't have been able to stand either. I don't think I would be consolable. I wouldn't be consolable. Hey, Judy, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Candy says she is going to have to want better and positive people in her life. You gotta want it to get it. Notorious Nancy says, problem is, wherever you go, that's where you are going to be till you make some changes within. Very true. SP says, her mother is probably mad at her and not speaking to her and blaming her. That is possible. She seemed like she was hurt. She was like, she was throwing Tayler out there. No, Tayler, you better say. Yeah, her mother was. No, don't do that. Okay, let's see. Shay works by faith. Just to bring a little humor, Tayler needs an old school routine in her life. Yeah, she do. Yes, she does. She needs some old school love. Shay's crazy. Notorious Nancy says looking for love in all the wrong places. I fixed that for you. I seen it. Okay, looking for love in all the wrong places. Yes, I feel like, I don't know if her father was in her life, and I don't feel like he was. So, they say when girls do not have their father in their life, they choose to look to men for that that security, to feel like, okay, my dad wasn't there, and they seek for love in men when that's not really the best choice. The best choice is to make sure that you're okay in your mind, body, everything, your soul, mind, body, soul. Make sure all of that's together before you go depending on a man or seeking love from a man who really didn't seem to love you at all. He wanted us to think that way, saying, oh, my stepson and did he say fiance? did he say wife or fiance? Did he say one of those words? I believe he did. But he said something to the effect. Something closer than just girlfriend. And just like Teresa's saying, super mommy. So now he's stepfather. She said, oh, they're just alike. Almost same DNA. Taylor, come on. I know that he was blinding you, but he was manipulating you, and you went for it. Just, let's make better decisions, you know? I'm not going to come too hard on you. I mean, I would really love to speak to you one day. Like, not even on anything like this. Like, to really just sit there and just talk to you. I mean, I've been there. I may look young, but no, I got some years on you. Candy Richardson, SP says manipulation. Yes. Candy Richardson said, did she even have her baby name on her? I'm not sure if she had his name on her, but I believe if you guys seen on her shoulder right here, it was on her. I believe normally when people get something like that, it's normally their child's birth date. So I'm not sure if she had him on her, but, and also I don't know if that picture she was kind of like covering, I don't know if that was baby Amari's face. I'm not sure. So I don't know if she had anything of Amari, but I believe that that might have been the birthday. But geez, that huge, it's a bit much. Tinky says, I would tell her to love herself more. I would tell her she is not alone and it's all right to cry. But sleeping with all these men isn't where it's at. I will tell her she is going to end up dead. LaKendra says, you can't go back, but you can change your future. You sure can change your future. You can't change your past. And I don't ever say, oh, I regret this or I regret that, because I can't change it. All I can do is make better decisions and look to make my future better for me and my child. So, hey, let's talk news. Terrell seems to very insecure. Okay. Terrell seems to be very insecure to have put. Okay, so this is what you're saying. Terrell seems to be very insecure to have Taylor put that tattoo where all guys can see that. To where all guys can see it. Yes, I believe that's what you're trying to say. And yes, I do believe that's why he had it put right there. Why he didn't have a huge tattoo that says Taylor across his neck or on his forehead. Why he didn't have that. Branding her, manipulating her. He knew he was older than her and that he can let this young lady be so in love and infatuated with him to where she would go along with wanting a huge tattoo of him on her neck. Now, I'm not for all getting the tattoos of men's name and things like that. But if I were to get a tattoo like that, it would not be nowhere in this area at all. At all. No. No. Now let's see. Come on, go up, go up, go up. Miss D says, Taylor's mom should not have let her come to Colorado without her son, period. I don't think she knew. Because they had a ticket before that ticket. And her mom even paid the extra because they missed that flight to get the new flight. Sorry. To get the new flight, she paid extra. So I don't think she knew Taylor wasn't going to show up with Amari. I think she found out after the fact because she bought all those things for Amari, a potty and all those different things. I don't believe she knew that Taylor was not coming. But once she's seen that that baby wasn't with her and she's seen that Terrell, or not Terrell, but she's seen bruises on that baby when she did see him with them, She should have got on that phone or told Tayler to get on that phone and have either her grandmother or another one of her family members go and pick that child up. I would have got on the phone and said, hey, Terrell, you need to go ahead and give my grandchild to my mother, which is, I believe, her mother, Taylor's mother's mother is in Las Vegas, or any one of her family members. I wouldn't have went for that, or we would have been on that next plane back to go get my grandchild. And she could have took her stuff with her. Got out of that situation. Candy Richardson says, Terrell was not a man. He was a monster. The worst kind of monster. Yes, he was. He wasn't a man. He had her paying for that place to stay. To me, I feel that she went and got that baby because she didn't have that baby for that long. She went and got that baby to have his benefits. For them to be able to get that place where they were. And so she was using little Amari for benefits. Babies for benefits. That's what she was doing. And Terrell shouldn't have been there, because if they knew Terrell was there, I'm sure she wouldn't have qualified for the benefits she had. So not only was he using her, he was using that baby as well. And you have the nerves to take his life and you're using his benefits for you to have a roof over your head? Boy, please. Please. Be a man. You go get a job. You're the one who have all the felonies on your record. You go get a job. I can't with him. Like, he makes me upset. Just upset. Upset. I was going to say something else, but I'm just going to leave that alone. Notorious Nancy. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. The super mommy comment. Super mommy. And now, wait. First we had Terrell. They got the same close DNA. Stepfather. My stepson. It's not your stepson. And then you got the nerve to say it after you knew that whole time you're standing there. You knew that whole time you're standing there that you went and put that little boy underneath that drain, underneath that metal cover. And you have the nerves to sit there and, boy, that's why you walked away. When they started talking about religion and they started talking about God, you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. He got to you, didn't he? Notorious Nancy says, I had heard that she had not had Amari in her life for very long. That her mom had him for most of his life. Was that the case? It wasn't her mother. It was her grandmother. Her grandmother had little Amari. She went and got little Amari from the grandmother. And now look what happened. Her ex-boyfriend even says Tayler was selfish and she would do what she wanted to do. She wasn't really worried about Amari like that. That baby was with the her ex-boyfriend a lot of the times. I'm sure you guys seen the pictures. If you haven't seen the pictures, there's pictures of Amari with the ex-boyfriend and they're sitting there playing little video games, sitting there watching TV together. I mean, so adorable. So adorable. It was cute. It was a nice thing to see, you know? Tayler. And I don't know if that's why she's not showing that much emotion, because she wasn't really around like that, but still a baby. It's still a life. LaKendra says, I only got one because I don't like, tattoos. I only got one because I don't like needles. And I didn't want to choose, wait, what am I reading? I only got one because I don't like needles and I didn't want to choose one of my kids to get. So I surprised my husband and I got his name on my arm. But when he messed up, I'm going to add the dog. So if he messed up, you're going to add the dog. You're going to add the dog. You crazy, LaKendra. You be cracking me up. Miss D says, wow, I think Tayler was detached from Amari. Wait, where did you go? Wait. Don't move. Wow, I think Tayler was detached from Amari because of her life upbringing. I'm just saying. I do feel that way. I mean, she got her first child taken away from her and given up for adoption. So, and then she has this child, and she's having this baby without the biological father there. The biological father was in jail due to her accusations of him abusing her while she was pregnant. Now, was that truly the case? I'm not sure, because he says it wasn't true. So I'm not sure if that was the case fully. I don't know the whole story. We weren't there, but it's possible. It's very possible that he didn't do the thing she said, got him put in jail. But she had that baby with the ex-boyfriend that I told you guys the pictures. He was there when that baby was born. So she could not have an attachment to him, you know? And she probably was, you know, staying with the ex because he was right there by her side when she gave birth to the baby. So he really has feelings for that baby. He was there from day one. Okay. Notorious Nancy. It's mind-blowing to me that a woman can have a child and not put their well-being over their own. Yes. You guys see me do that all the time. I know I'm animated, but you guys see me do that all the time. Mind-blowing. Oh, wait. LaKendra said, not the dog. Wait, did I read that wrong? Let me read that again. Where'd I go? I did read that wrong. Sorry. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, I'm going to make sure I follow and see what else is going on. Oh, guys, hold on. I wanted to look up what was going on with Terrell. I was going to do that. I got off track. Now my words are getting messed up. Okay. It says, prosecutors not seeking death penalty against man accused of killing Amari Nicholson. I'm on a news clip because they said his court date was today, so I clicked on it. So, okay. Hey, there's a news clip, guys. Let me get closer. All right. So, let me see. And if I can let you guys hear it, I definitely will let you guys hear it. And if I can show you, I'm going to show you guys too.
The man accused of killing 2-year-old Amari Nicholson won't be facing the death penalty. Terrell Rhodes appeared in court today. Prosecutors told the judge they will not be seeking the death penalty against him. Rhodes is accused of killing the toddler in early May while the boy's mother, Tayler Nicholson, was out of town. Rhodes reportedly beat the boy when he wet himself before hiding his body. According to an arrest report that was all laid out there, Terrell Rhodes is expected to be back in court July 9th.
Did you guys see that? So I was going to read it, but I seen there was a news clip. So there's no capital punishment for him. It says, I'll read the news clip as well. Might as well. Before I wrap it up. Prosecutors announced Wednesday that they will not be seeking the death penalty against Terrell Rhodes. Uh-oh, what happened? Let's not do that, guys. Go back. What happened here? Uh-oh, what's going on? I guess I won't be reading that. I don't know what just happened here, but it clicked out on me. But I'm going to try to go back to it and check out your comments and see what you guys think about that. So let me go back to his, because I found it through her news clip. I found his. Wait a minute. Hold on. This says, okay, this is what the coroner says. I'm going to read this first before I go back to the news clip. The coroner says, this is about Amari. 2-year-old Amari Nicholson died of homicide by unspecified means. You don't forget. Las Vegas homicide lieutenant reflects on an emotional child death investigation. Suspect pleads not guilty Terrell, how you gonna plead not guilty but confess to it, sir? Okay. Suspect pleads not guilty in the death of 2-year-old Amari Nicholson. Facebook groups dedicated to Amari Nicholson changes mission. I don't know if these are just clips of different things that are going on right now, but I'll show you guys in a second. And it says 911 calls. Las Vegas woman boyfriend details the disappearance of Amari Nicholson. And then it says report man accused of Amari Nicholson's killing grabbed detective's gun while in custody. So I guess these are all little tabs. Oh, you can click on them, but I'm going to show you first. You guys see that? So those are all little clips. So I am going to go over this because we're into another hour. But I'm going to go over all of this, and I will be on tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys about all these different things. So talking about the coroner, talking about the 911 call, that's what I really want to see. I want to see if there's more details in that, and I'll let you guys know. And see what else they're saying about the detectives' guns and things like that being taken. So that is that. But I was clicking on this. I just seen that at the bottom of this picture. So now let me see if I can read from the news video that I just showed you guys. It says, I read already, but I'll read it again. Prosecutors announced Wednesday that they will not be seeking the death penalty against Terrell Rhodes. Rhodes is accused of killing 2-year-old Amari Nicholson. Chief Deputy District Attorney Pamela Reckerly said that is not a capital case. She said this is not a capital case. This is not a capital murder. Rhodes is accused of killing the toddler in early May while his mother, Tayler Nicholson, was out of town. Rhodes reportedly beat the boy when he wet himself before hiding his body, an arrest report said. Amari was reported missing after Rhodes reportedly told Tayler that an unknown person took the boy posing as the boy's aunt. Amari's body was found later that week. Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson provides the following statement on the case. So I'm going to read his statement. It's kind of long, but I'll read it. Okay, this is Wednesday afternoon when he makes this statement. There are many factors considered when determining whether to seek the death penalty in an individual's case. In the case of defendant Terrell Rhodes, after all the relevant facts were reviewed, the state chose not to seek the death penalty. This is a serious case, and as a community, we mourn the loss of an innocent child. Rest assured, my office intends to move forward and seek justice for Amari by pursuing the conviction of Mr. Rhodes on all the charges of the murder and ensuring that he spends the rest of his life in prison. So like I thought before, he will be spending the rest of his life in prison. That's what they're going for. I'm sure since they threw the death penalty off the table, the only option is, to me, life without parole. Not 50 to life, not 25 to life. No. Life without parole will be the only thing that I would think would be okay. So that was from the Fox 5 News in Las Vegas. So that's all I really have for you guys today. So I'm going to go back to the comments, see how you guys are feeling about that information. I just wanted to throw that piece in there since we already were talking about it. I was like, hey, why not? But I'm going to look at those other things and see, what else I can dig up. Okay. LaKendra says, congratulations to the ex-boyfriend. Kathy says, yes, the ex-boyfriend loved that baby. Yes, he did. Candy Richardson said, China, you are doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and you got this. And I'm here for you, sis. Thank you, Candy, and thank you all for being here for me, sticking this out for me through all the troubles I've been having. And I'm still new to this, and I thank all of you guys for being here and I mean, that night we were on here for like 3 hours. Thank all of you guys. I mean, SP, you know, I love you. You've been there. You call me like, you okay? You good? I'm like, oh no. But you got my back. Let's see. LaKendra says, we got your back and I'm always going to show up. Thank you, honey. Aiden Foster, hi. Welcome. Let's see. And to Candy Richardson says, and to let's talk news. I am here for you too, sweetheart. I am here for you too, sweetheart. I'm here. Thank you for your help. Aiden Foster says, I stay off Sand Hill and Flamingo. I know where that's at. Yeah, on the east side. All right. So do you know about this case? Have you been looking into it? I used to live multiple places out there. I was in, the last location I was at was off of Blue Diamond area. I was in Silverado Ranch. I was over there off Rainbow. I was all over Las Vegas when I was living out there. Notorious Nancy says, thanks, girlie. Great live. Yes. Thank you. I'm just going to read up a couple more of these comments and then gonna go for tonight, but I will be doing some research tonight and seeing what else I can find, and I will be also looking more into Samuel's case. If there's anything new developing in that case, I'll be looking into that as well. Okay, so Miss D says they made a bargain with Terrell. If he would tell where Amari's body would, they would not seek the death penalty. Actually, I don't know if that's fully true, because there was no say about a death penalty at that point. I believe he confessed because there was nothing else that he can do. They found the videotape. He videotaped what he did to little Amari and tried to delete it, and that didn't work out. They were able to find it, so how can he lie now? I think that's why he confessed to where little Amari was. I think they're not seeking the death. Like they said, there's not enough factors for them to seek death. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're not, and based on the fact that he confessed. So I don't feel like they made that deal with him. But I could be wrong. So Let's Talk News says he's not gonna make it in prison. They don't like child killers. Yes. I don't think he's going to make it in prison, because I believe that's the reason why he didn't make it to that court date. Because when I was out there, a lot of people that knew him and things like that were like, oh no, we do not approve of this. This is not okay. He's going to have to pay for this. There's no reason why he should have did this to this little boy. So I do believe that that's why. LaKendra said, I'm by Nellis and Charleston on Christie Lane. Okay, I know where that is. Okay. So, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to wrap it on up. I'm going to do a little bit more research and see what I can bring you guys next. And just look out for make sure you guys hit that notification bell. If you have not already, subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that notification bell for sure, because that is when I'll be letting you guys know when I'm going to pop up. I'll always let you guys know before I do a pop-up. If I don't do the day before, it will be like a couple hours before, but I'll definitely let you guys know. So if you guys have that notification bell on, you guys will know before I hop on. All right, so I'm going to wrap this on up. Thank you for all of you guys that showed up, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow if there's more information. If not, I will see you guys soon. Thank you guys for showing up. Bye-bye.